Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, whenever you're involved in any kind of draft or auction, the anticipation of it and the excitement of it certainly creeps in, the day of, and you thinking about whether your strategies are correct and whether you've done enough research and homework. But I think we're well prepared and looking forward to the day. Yeah, culture is a fundamental in any team to run smoothly, and it's very much clear about connection. So that's something that I would certainly want to start our season off with, is having a conversation around connection and really putting yourself out there to engage with your teammates, getting an understanding of who they are, not only about their skill set that they bring, right? So it's about connection off the field that ultimately transitions on the field, and when you're going through battle together, that's where it's going to count. So yeah, I'm certainly excited for the opportunity. We already have a few world-class players, particularly in the pre-draft. So looking forward to putting together a pretty cool team. If you think about just the shorter formats, particularly from a batting perspective, those three players that we have are pretty destructive, in many tournaments that they've played in. I know Owen Morgan has had T10 experience as well, so he brings that experience that is needed in a tournament such as this, with subtle differences to take note of. And then I think about Dhani, and I've seen Dhani perform in the PSL, and he's certainly somebody that I'm really excited about. And looking forward to seeing what the guys can produce. It's super exciting, man. And for me, it's all about combinations. If we can manage to get our combinations right, particularly now in the draft as well, that couples and enhances the four players that we have already, that really gives us a good chance to stake a claim for this tournament. Well, if experience has shown me one thing, I think the golden rule is to be flexible. You can certainly have a strategy and a plan, but you have to be adaptable around that plan and being able to think on your feet to put together a good combination team. When it comes to combinations, and particularly a deep batting order, as you mentioned there, it probably doesn't play as big of a factor in 10 over cricket. I think if you can put together a really destructive top five, and you have an all-rounder or two in there, and have, let's call it, an X-factor bowling unit, the ability to take wickets, but also from an economy point of view, be pretty restrictive, I think you're giving yourself a good chance. I think when it comes to a draft, it's probably slightly more predictable because you can measure up what other teams have already, and what are the skill sets that they need, and you can probably have an idea of what they're looking for. Now, with saying that doesn't mean it's going to go directly to that thought process. But I do think there's certain advantages and disadvantages, particularly where you come up in that particular pick order, and you can strategize accordingly. Whereas in a actual auction, it's all about the purse and what you have and how you categorize certain amounts of money for certain positions that you're after. I think when it comes to a draft, it's very much about skill sets and what you're looking for, and which players fit into those categories of skill sets, and having an abundance of options, and probably an in order sort of criteria of how you want it. And if it falls for you, the chips fall for you, then so be it. But you have to have options available to you. It's always great to be a part of a process of really unearthing talent, and it doesn't matter which country you're operating in. The game of cricket has certainly taught me that when you create opportunities, you have the opportunity to change lives for people. And I think this is no different. I think the added advantage that we have as a team is our analyst is the current Zimbabwe national team analyst, Mufaru Chituramani. And he certainly shared some insights into not only the current group of players that are sort of hot property, but also guys in the background that not many might know about, that we can potentially tap into. So yeah, hopefully we get an opportunity to really put a good crop of local players together, which will be exciting.